gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another edition of the Champion Corners podcast. Today we'll talk about what's going to happen next with Monday Night Raw. What can we expect next week on Raw? We're also going to talk about the Wyatt Six, and we'll cover the Money in the Bank qualifiers, and we'll talk about everything Smackdown, because as you know, it was a rowdy week last week in the wrestling world. We're going to get into all that and more right here on the Champions podcast. Let's get started. Let's get ready to roll. You guys ready?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, out the gate, I want to know, you've been talking to Road Dogg Jesse James or something? You came right out the gate with that.
You know. For those that don't know, I just didn't want to overwhelm my brother RC with another Triple H reference. I mean, apparently he has some type of very strange art against the game Triple H. So I thought I'd go a step back and do Road Dogg this week.
Hey, it's close enough. Everybody all both on DX. It's all good, man.
Yeah, man. So let's get started, man. When you guys, isn't it safe to agree that this week has been crazy?
A lot of unexpected things this week.
Man, yeah, it's been a crazy week, man. I think they're going into something. So yeah, it's like the middle of the story right now for the summer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's get started. What can we expect next week on Raw? What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Crump, kick it off.
I hopefully expect more security than what I saw. I mean, they boosted up on SmackDown, but luckily the Y6 ain't show up. But I mean, I'm expecting more security and people looking over their shoulder in promos, things like that. Because backstage it's unsafe. It's like the NXT parking lot. Anything can happen. People got kidnapped in NXT parking lot. All kind of stuff going on out there. So they better expect the unexpected, because ain't no telling where the Y6 gonna stop through. You know what I'm saying? So
look, man, that's a good question. I expect this. I'll talk about one person right now. I expect something big from Chad Gable, and the reason I say that is because this man he was advertised for a match, got a whooping last week. Got taken out the match, then got added back to the match. So I'm like, man, what's going to happen there? But I'm looking for them overall to carry on the momentum and the story from last week and take it to a different light, and maybe get some clarity on what the Wyatts are going to be doing as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And then as we saw on SmackDown, the continuation of that as well, what we had coming on that debut, and man, it's crazy stuff. There's a lot to look forward to, man. A lot to look forward to.
And with that, I want to know how Dragunov feel. I'm like, you put me in the match for a hot second, now I'm out? What's that about? Can I make it a 4-way at least? Or put me in a different qualifying match? I mean, they got his hopes up real quick and shot him back down. I'm like, come on now.
He might get put in another match, though. They got a couple more spots after. I think they're only advertising 1 or 2 male matches for the men on Raw.
I think so, but yeah. I think he needs some clarity. Just like all of us need clarity what's going on.
Hey, he probably was like,
I need more than clarity.
Hey, he like, man, I saw what they did. Don't put me in that match. Take me out, man. Hey, send me back to NXT.
Hey, NXT. I mean, we apparently that might not have been Carmelo, because he was in a match on SmackDown.
Nah, that wasn't Carmelo. My only notable person was Chad Gable. From what everybody's saying now, like everybody was like guessing it because of who it looked like, but it was just extras besides Chad Gable. Right. But boy, Melo, he did qualify, so I was happy about that. He got that little victory over Orton. He got a little pin over Orton. Yep. I was like, hey, boy, Melo. Okay.
I'm looking at you. Now you mentioned, this week on Raw, more security. Now, the Y6, they did make their presence known. I'm not sure. I saw this video on YouTube where in the background they had Cody Rhodes walking down the hallway, and they got the YX6 logo on the door that he's walking past. So they made their presence known. YX6 is everywhere, and I mean, as we saw on SmackDown, even SmackDown was ready for it. But how about that video that what was it? Who was it?
Adam Pearce.
Yep, he made a video and he got hacked, right?
Yeah,
he
did. I think something on Pat McAfee as well. You know, I think that that's what I'm saying. Like the way they were introduced is like they're gonna be like everywhere in terms of like Raw, SmackDown, maybe in NXT. I don't know, but at the end of the day, we have to see what direction they're going in with it, because they can only do that for so long, I think, before they have to get in the ring, and because they're still wrestlers. So I want to see at least a few of them anyway. What's going to happen in the ring? What kind of matches are they going to be? Are they going to be squash matches at first until they build up a rivalry? You know what I'm saying? How they going to build them to be that dominant? I mean, like what is it going to be? You know, is it going to be more theatrical? You know, kind of like how I think it was WrestleMania 33, how Orton and Bray had a match when they kept doing these things on the mat. You know, I'm trying to say it's going to be more theatrical type matches. You know, cinematic. You know, what's going to be there? You know, there's so much to see. But I'm more interested at this point. I understand the debut, but for me personally, I want to see what they do in the ring, because that's where it's going to last. You know, that's what's going to last.
I think that's what a lot of people are waiting on, because is that translation to the ring. Everybody gonna love the cinematics and, you know, the smoke, the fog, the entrance, the vignettes, all that stuff. But once you get to the ring, we want to see what you could do, and if it's gonna translate or make sense. Like people saying, like the original Wyatt family, it made sense.
Yeah,
because it just seemed like a cult following Bray, and they still out there to fight. That's what I was saying last show. Like they could still be like Chainsaw Massacre family, but they with the mask and everything. But you take the mask off, they ready to fight and tear you apart in the ring. And they could relate to championships if they want to go that far with this group. But I don't know if this group is needed for that. I don't know if they just need it for, like, you know, a showcase, a special, you know, because they don't have to be on every show. Because you don't want to oversaturate them. They don't have to be on every show. So it could just be a showcase, a special moments, and let it be that what it is, like that. But I mean, if they want to take over, I mean, they might have to relate to a championship. They might want to go after one. But we'll see how because they feel like they were willing to spill blood anywhere. So I don't know what they want to do. I don't know what they focus is. That's why I need the explanation and their backstories and a mission statement from Uncle Howdy or somebody.
Yeah, I don't see a match or anything happen with them anytime soon. What I do see is a building up their individual or building up their collective story. I see them maybe holding the show hostage. I see people getting abducted. I see a lot of crazy stuff happening leading up to them possibly having an in-ring debut. But I don't see it happening that fast. I see a lot of other things because we can't just go back to Raw and act like business as usual. We just had a whole scene in the back. So tomorrow, on Raw, we can't just show up as if nothing happened. We got to address what took place. We got to unpack all that.
Yeah, I think here's the thing. Obviously, you're talking about security. Well, they better go hide the real deal. And every time I see security, they get laid out. Now,
we need SWAT.
They might need APA.
Hey, go get Luke Hobbs.
Oh Lord.
Hey,
Black Superman.
Go get Luke Hobbs, that whole group. Go get Dante them too while you're at it. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and do the whole thing. That way, somebody will be able to do something back. But yeah, like to your point though, Sean, a very good point that I didn't really think about. They tore that whole gorilla position up.
Right.
Like something gotta be there. Like, you know how they kind of start? I would see, like, they'll do the Raw intro, the WWE intro, they'll recap last week, which they're probably gonna do. And then right before they kind of go into the first segment of the show, maybe show a shot in the back, like there's security around the gorilla position, things of that nature. And while you're at it, you might as well go ahead and throw it out as well for what happened on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre is supposed to return. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a whole lot of let me go ahead and say it. First one for the night. A lot of meat in that bone because there's some questions that have to be answered.
Mm-hmm.
We need answers, man.
Yeah,
Like, what is going on here?
absolutely.
And I meant to say this a few minutes ago, but with those videos, the video Adam Pearce did, well, they did, how they do the mess up the video type thing. I don't know why I was going through my mind, like, was this an AI Adam Pearce? Is this really him talking? Or is AI the Wyatt family just saying this for him?
The Wyatt family didn't have to, man. They didn't have to.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure it's still exactly it is him, but where we going these days with technology, and I don't know if they're trying to tap into that, the AI type of thing, artificial intelligence, But I just ran through my mind. But I just want to see. It's intriguing. Either way, it's intriguing to see what's going to happen and tune in first minute to Raw. It's first open the Raw and see if they open it up with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Because I feel like before you can move forward in the ring, they got to build that fear around them. And I mean, shoot, after last Monday, I'm like Jey Uso. I don't want no problems with them. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Say what now? Say that again.
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not even do.
What'd you say?
Let's not get ahead. I'm quoting the man on a very logical statement that he made.
Oh.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You said it. You said it.
Let's not get too excited on that. But anyway, like
but to really do it, Triple H might need to come out first and say, hey, everything's all right. I'm trying to have everything under control, and we're gonna go on with the show as we plan. But we have people in place, so he might need to start the show.
If he didn't get adopted, we don't know what took place in the gorilla.
Hey, real talk though. I mean, they stay in gorilla to the end of the show. We know this.
Yeah.
So I mean, something. I mean,
but
threw it out the way like that.
But it could have had what they said. They show Adam Pearce going after Drew last Monday. They could have Triple H could have went after Drew also. They could have played off like that, because Triple H wasn't there or laid out. They could have said Triple H went out to talk to Drew and had somebody else, handle things for the show. So and then Adam Pearce and Triple H didn't get touched. So they could have had them go after Drew, try to talk to him, and have somebody else running the show, and then have them lay it out at the end of the show. Play it off like that, because people ask these type of questions. They might not answer it, but in these days, what Triple H doing, he does details, more details than before, and so that's why I say I want to see if he comes out first and explain certain things and say what's going to happen for the rest of the show, and play it off like that.
Well, in that case, I got two names for you, 2 off-air agents, right? That I know was there at least. If he left to go with Drew, Michael P.S. Hayes and Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah.
So let's just say they were there, or was it? Right?
Yeah.
Somebody got to explain something. Something got
to be explained a little bit. I mean,
hey, something has to be explained, because I mean, I hate to beat a dead horse, man, but we can't just go back to business. Business as usual, man. You have blood on the wall. You got a rabbit standing over people, man. I mean, it's crazy back there.
Hey, what the cops at?
Hey, them cops was in Chicago waiting for. They were waiting
Oh, they were ready for the next show. They weren't ready for that.
They weren't ready for that, man. Hey, if I'm because I think they're going. Where they gonna have? Where Raw gonna be at this week?
In Indy. It's gonna be in Indy.
Oh yeah. So if I'm the Indianapolis police, I don't want no parts in. I don't want no parts of them either, man. So I see that they're gonna continue to build out this story. Add more fear and stuff to that element before we can see them in the ring. Because I mean, we need answers. There's a lot of answers the general public needs on what took place with the Wyatt Six. So if you, the listening audience, if you guys know something that we don't know, drop it in the comment section. We love to hear from you. We love to hear your thoughts on the Wyatt Six. But man, so where does this lead Chad Gable? So is he gonna mend the fences with the Alpha Academy, or is the Alpha Academy just like peace out?
Nah, I think now. Okay, so if you saw Chad Gable's social media, what he did was he posted I think it was a Jason Voorhees picture of Jason Voorhees coming out of the grave or something like that. I don't know. I saw it on social media. And so I guess it's supposed to be symbolic to what happened to him, I suppose. So I don't know. I mean, this is something he posted on his social media. Something I just saw. So I don't know if this is a way to push him into the world title picture down the road, because I don't think he goes back to the Alpha Academy. My complete honest truth, I think the Alpha Academy is done.
Yeah,
I think it's done, and I think, or maybe they'll reinvent it and bring him in with the Creed brothers. I keep saying that because they are pure athletes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that, with me, that would work best. Kind of like a team anchor almost.
Mm-hmm.
But 21 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where he goes. But I'm intrigued to see how he responds to that. That's another thing we got to hear. We got to hear from him. How does it change his trajectory in the ring? Does he still wrestle the same? Is he still fully focused? Right. Is he going to act like something in his head? Mm-hmm. You know what's going to happen? He fighting two big meaty guys, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And one on close to Bray. Hello.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Otis and them, Alpha Academy actually comes to Gabel saying, "Oh, I left you when you needed me." You know what I'm saying? I left you. Y'all done stuff you done for me. I know you've been kind of talking down to us, and I got frustrated, but I left you when you needed me. I hate to see you like that, but Chad is gonna, reflect that, saying, "Nah, you was gone. I got somebody else for me now. I got somebody else watching my back." And that's when Creepers come in. But I still don't know if Chad will win this match, because I know they need a big guy. They always want a big guy in the ladder match. So, and I feel like that's going to be Bronson Reed, because Braun Strowman, he might be. Everybody's talking about that sixth member. Is it Bray Spirit? Is it Alexa Bliss? Is it Braun Strowman? Is somebody new? He could be involved in that. So that might take him out of that factor of winning that match. Chad Gable already going to be out. And so I think Bronson Reed will win this match coming up. But like I said, that storyline is, like I said, they're going to come, Alpha Academy will come back, and but Chad Gable will refuse them and say, "I got somebody else that you can't be having my back like I continue to ask you to do."
Right. Because, I mean, Otis completely done with Chad Gable. So he's like, man, I don't want no parts of this guy. So that was the interesting takeaways. You had something to say?
I don't know if he done, because a lot of people thought that was kind of weak what he did on Raw. So like he should have did a little bit more than what just a push and yell or whatever. Now we want more than that. That's why I don't know if it's done.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
This man, did they not see the end of the night? Put two and two together. That was enough for the night.
I mean, but Otis didn't do it. I'm talking about the storyline between Otis and him. That's why I say Otis. I don't think Otis is done, because I feel like they could have had it. That's supposed to build up to a match, at least a match between them.
It might still do.
So?
It might still do. It might still do.
Yeah, we might. So I just want to see what they do. That's what I'm saying. I'm intrigued to see how that rolls out and how they played it off.
Because Chad gonna go back to Otis and question his loyalty. Otis probably find himself in between the proverbial rock and the hard place, and then he'll end up maybe facing Gabe, down the road. Chad maybe facing Chad down the road, But I mean, what are the stakes for that match? What are the stakes?
This is an old-fashioned grudge match, man.
Yeah,
a good old-fashioned grudge match. I don't think anything's needed as far as because there's nothing that they want. Well, at least not as far as we know. There's nothing that they want from each other right now, other than the respect. Potentially. They don't have any ownership in anything that, as far as we know, that they would want from each other. So, or maybe it's like one of those situations. The only thing I can come up with is like you come back to me if I beat you or something like that, or if you beat me out, you're free or something like that. And then you introduce the three brothers. I don't know. So many different ways you can go with that.
Right.
They need to think of a good one, because if Otis loses a match with Chad Gable, what Alpha Academy going to be after that? I mean, that's like when Damien Sandow left The Miz. I mean, nothing really happened for him after that. You know what I'm saying? It was built up, but it wasn't the payoff wasn't good.
Mhm.
Right.
So we don't want that to happen again. So like, I want to see where they go if they do have a match.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They might be trying to get out of it with this Wyatt family thing. They might be trying to make like a pivot to do something for him to do something else, or just get a new group. Period. So I don't know how they're going to continue it.
Right. I mean, a lot to unpack there, but I want to touch. This is not on the show run here, but it just popped in my mind. I want to real quick get you guys' opinion on will Braun Breaker end up facing Sami Zayn for the IC title?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you got to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be by himself.
And beat him.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be by himself though. I don't know if it's going to be 1-on-1 unless they have a match on Raw for the number contender again, because it was interrupted last Raw.
Right.
By Ludwig Kaiser. Messed it up. That's why he got speared also. He messed up my match, my number contender shot.
Yep.
But I don't know if they're going to put Sheamus in there and Ludwig in there, have a fatal 4-way, for the Intercontinental title at Money in the Bank. Or do we just have, another, a number contender match, and then the other person goes into, the Money in the Bank? Because I feel like they could put Kaiser in Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, have another match with Sheamus and Braun Breaker, because that was a good match, but that didn't get a finish. So let it have a finish this time, and then see how that go.
I think, well, on the cards tomorrow, I saw on X that Braun Breaker is supposed to fight Louise Kaiser tomorrow, 1-on-1. So that's what I just saw posting on X like an hour ago. So
Okay.
I mean, and Sammy's the kind of champion you want it, you got it. That's his go-to. You want a shot, you got it. So to answer your question, Sean, yeah, I think he does, and I think he beats him. Because I think they're trying to really push Braun Breaker. Now, talking about notes, I'm thinking this is what I'm thinking with Braun Breaker right now. I'm building him up to be that next big butt kicker. You know what I'm saying? Like the real deal. Those that run for nobody, says what he means, walks like he talk it. But then they bring Brock back. Then we really see what he got.
That'd be good. That's money right there. That's money.
Because think about it. I'm guessing, I don't know how old he is exactly, but I'm guessing early 20s, mid 20s. Same thing Brock was when he first came in there. Fast, hard hitting, explosive, dominant.
Yeah. Real athletic doing that Hurricane Run on top rope. He missed the last Raw, but usually he gets it off pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can see that. Because a lot of people were going for Gunther and Brock, but wasn't able to get it like this past WrestleMania like we were supposed to. Still got a great match with Sami and Gunther, but
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that too. But I don't know if Brock can go for any kind of title. I don't know if he ever really did before. He went straight to the world, so I don't know if people want to go for that. But that match should happen if Brock gonna come back. Like people, saying like Triple said, he just doing Brock things. So I feel like he will come back sooner or later.
Yeah, and when he's ready, because when he comes back, he always delivers. He always delivers. He's an attraction. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see his name in the marquee, people gonna no matter when he comes out, it's gonna be can't miss TV. Yeah. So to come and get somebody like that, and the promos they can cut, Brock with that big smile, like man, I eat you alive. You know what I'm saying? But bring it like, nah, bruh. I'm the hunter. You the prey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so much they can do with that. And probably don't even let them touch into the match. Oh, come on. Yeah. Don't even let them touch to the match.
Hey, that's going to be hard with them two. I don't know.
Hey,
both of them don't do that much talking like that. I don't know, bro. They might have some pull aparts for real.
It's going to be a lot of pull aparts and a lot of security. But just for the sake of the conversation, who you see winning that match?
If Brock continues the trajectory he's been doing the last year or so, he'll probably there'll probably be a series of matches, and they'll probably he might put him over 2-1, maybe, kind of like he did Cody. But it would have to, or maybe they have two, and one of them go to a no contest ending because it just gets out of hand. You know what I'm saying? And they send everybody out there to try to break them up, and they throwing them over the place. And then you know how the fans always eat that up. They get back to each other, they brawl, they break them up, they brawl. Then they go in the backstage. You know, they go shot something there later. They brawling again. You know, they ended up there. Then they get Adam Pearce involved. Like, y'all need to stop this. Yada, yada, yada. And then down the road, they get another match to kind of, just kind of climax of it.
Right.
Okay.
Two options, I think.
Yeah, but I think they need Braun Breaker needs more under his belt because Brock don't usually give it in the ring with nobody. He don't really exactly know because he don't watch the product. I feel like he don't watch product like that. So I feel like he need to have somebody that has something under their belt. I mean, I would like to see the match, but I just have immediately with Brock working with a new NXT talent that fast. So it's just him. I'm just iffy with Brock a lot of times, but he performs well, and he's like I said, he's an attraction, of course, but he can work with everybody. He picks and chooses what he want to do most times.
I don't blame him. You got to do what's best for business. For his sake. But that's an ideal match, man. Those two guys together.
Yeah.
Shoot, you couldn't write a better match than that. A dream. You couldn't write a better match than that, man. But listen, speaking of NXT, you brought up NXT with Bron Breakker. So has NXT officially become their own brand?
They getting back to it. They were before the 2.0 started. To me, and to a lot of people, they were trying to build that up. But then I think Vince kind of put that deck down, made them start over, and they went on 2.0, and everybody kind of was down on it so much. But they done brought a few stars out of that. They done got that brand out the mud. No pun intended for the group that's down there out to call out the mud. But they done brought it back, I think. And they got a lot of talent on there, and then like I said, they mix it with TNA now, and so the brand is getting bigger and bigger. Ain't no limits for them right now. Ain't no telling what they could do because a lot of things that they're doing, especially lately, is going viral. It's getting a lot of attention.
Joe Hendry,
and people want,
Joe Hendry.
Oh yeah, people. They said that was what the most watched video since stuff for WrestleMania. And so that's eyes on the product for them and hopefully TNA. That's because I know they need it, especially at least for social media. TNA getting that shine. So, but like that, yeah, they building that NXT locker room up, and like I said, they performing. A lot of them are still green, of course. I mean, it's NXT. It's still, training and whatnot, this and that for the main roster and whatnot. But they building it back up to where it was before, with the takeover era.
I echo that because what I'm looking at right now, this may not be every show, but they have. I look at them potentially bringing back NXT for maybe not every weekend, but they got Money in the Bank coming up, and they got Heat Wave the Sunday after in the same city. So kind of getting back to that when they used to do NXT takeovers, like doing the Rumble weekends, Money in the Banks, WrestleManias, all that stuff. Of course, they do it stand and deliver all the time. So I don't know if they're going back to that or not, because they'll do the Sunday show, obviously, because WWE does the Saturdays nights now. So I don't know if they're going to start doing that on a continuous basis, but that's another thing that drove money at the time. Fans were already there, smart booking, right? So it's going to pack the house. And I still remember that NXT, that Brooklyn one. Man, Sasha and Bayley tore it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So I think, to your point, RC, I think they're getting back to their own brand and I think what's helping them, not only they have a lot of hungry, although they do have some green superstars or wrestlers, they also have a lot of people who is like getting seasoned pretty well. Like Obafemi, I keep saying that, but then they bringing in NXT. I mean, I'm sorry, TNA. They're bringing in TNA to NXT, to try to get that. So that's the only brand they're bringing on right now. So they can help build that up as well. You got another separate company coming into quote unquote the development, and to sit there and try to do something as well. So I think that's another good spot.
Absolutely. You brought up a good point about TNA. Didn't they just have Joe? Was it Joe? Joe Hendry? Was
Yeah,
he on there?
yeah. Joe Hendry came to NXT to the Battle Royal last week. Him and another guy, I can't think of his name right now, came to the Battle Royal. But I think the more they keep doing that, but I want to echo something you said last week. You won't be surprised, or maybe you said it 2 weeks ago. You won't be surprised if WWE buys TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of partnership going on, and maybe it's not the fact that they buy them. Maybe it's just trying to help them come up on another level, kind of how they did ECW back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think TNA is. I'm gonna say it again. It's best for business right now with them, especially now since. And think about this: the Hardy Boys are now back in TNA, returning to TNA. So do they appear on TNA NXT for a couple? For a couple of tries. You know what I mean?
Build up TNA and be the best, get a great run with him and Jeff for TNA because they had a great run beforehand. And now they re-debuting because AEW didn't give them the spotlight that they craved or wanted at the time. Well, I mean, they probably had a good reason, Tony Khan, because Jeff had been going through this and that every time. It's hard to trust that every time. You know what I'm saying? That happened multiple times with WWE. So, and you've done the same here, and now you want us to spotlight you like, we understand you're legends, but come on, man. Okay, have to be able to trust what you can do and trust what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you're saying AEW is worried about 5-star matches and not the moments all the time.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to have a great run in TNA and hopefully go to the WWE Hall of Fame for their last run and have a big moment there also in their careers. But they want to put TNA in the forefront right now because it's where they're at, and so, I mean, like I said, anything can happen with that, and because either way, it's going to be a big problem, especially if they come back to WWE, NXT, whatever it is, they could help a lot of people, especially tag teams that's coming up, because the tag team division everywhere needs to be, upgraded a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the champs on Raw and SmackDown, we all love R-Truth. I love the Miz. I know y'all got love for the Miz, but are they being taken serious, or are they just doing jokes every week? Or are they defending the titles?
Yeah.
Not really.
I can't remember the last time they had a match.
Right. They're doing them jokes backstage. I mean, it's funny. I mean, R-Truth always going to be funny. But are they being taken serious? Is A-Town Down Under being taken serious? Or are they just focusing on the budding rivalry between Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, which is what I see them doing. They focusing on that instead of, are they really going to beat DIY or not? They focusing on Austin Theory about to bubble up, everything bubbling up with Austin Theory because Grayson Waller put him in terrible positions. You know what I'm saying? Talking down, not talking down to him, but talking bad about him. Like Grayson Waller talking about, I'm making Austin Theory relevant. They said it on commentary. Yeah, Austin Theory saying, what you talking about? What? And then he got beat up after that. So, but yeah, the Hardy Boys could help every tag team division that they could be a part of. So if they TNA right now, and then hopefully later on, like he said, they move on to WWE, and hopefully everybody's trying to get the tag team division up. But we'll see how it goes. But it ain't been taken serious for a little while. There's some good matches here and there, but especially when the Usos had the belts and stuff like that, that was the most serious it's been taken. Especially if they got a main event of WrestleMania 39. But since then, I don't know. But we'll see where the Hardys go. And like I said, they're welcome everywhere because, like I said, they're legends. But they still not exactly trusted everywhere they go because of what Jeff been doing.
Right. Yeah. You bring up a good point. I want to go back to the current tag team champions on Raw and SmackDown. Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under. I would start there, I think a couple of weeks ago, and I thought they were going to lose. Miz and Truth took on AOP. But New Day cost them, and it was for titles, but New Day interfered, I believe, it cost them the championship. And because I thought Truth was going to lose. I mean, I didn't see no way them beating them, right? But to your point, yeah, I first with them, SummerSlam's going to be in Cleveland. That's the Miz hometown. Do they do a big time defense there? Do they have a big moment there? that's to be seen. But for A-Town Down Under, I have to say I like what they're doing with them, because they're a young tag team, and then Grayson Waller is good at getting heat. You can't deny that he is good at getting heat. He talks trash to everybody. The Grayson Waller rub. I actually enjoy that line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do too.
So, he gets heat. So I think, although there's some tension, obviously, between him and Austin Theory, and we'll see down the road where that goes. Obviously, we can see where they just like Austin Theory would be the face in that. However, I like them as champions right now because of the heat they can get. Because I don't think DIY is the team to beat them. I really don't. Not at all, actually. I think they'll split up before that happens. So, if anybody right now, to your point though, the teams that need to do it, if anybody would beat Awesome Truth, it should be the Creed brothers, in my opinion. And then on the SmackDown side of things, that's where things get a little tricky because again, you have DIY right now, but that you don't really have a lot of teams that really stand out to me.
Well, it could be an early prediction. I could be putting it out here right now. One of my predictions. I think DIY. I was saying no, but think about it for that quick second. DIY might take it because with the tension what they got right now, and they're a babyface team, they might not hold it long if DIY get it. But like I said a few shows ago, I feel like the Bloodline needs those tag team championships. They need some titles in that group. So they need to fight a face team. They're not going to fight the heel Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. That's going to tear apart and show DIY getting the tag team titles finally. Because people thought they was going to win at WrestleMania, but this is how they get them. Break them two up, have them two Austin Theory and Grayson Waller fight, get the titles, and then next thing you know, Bloodline comes in, slips in because they taking over the brand. Let's get them off of them real quick because they need a face and heel team to go against each other.
Man, it's so much I want to say about the Bloodline right now, but I ain't gonna jump ahead.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to jump
it's
ahead.
coming. It's
I
coming.
got so much to say about
I'm
that.
trying not to jump ahead either.
It's
Well,
coming.
let's get into it since we brought it.
I got so much to say about that.
Let's talk about SmackDown. Let's talk about, as The Rock would say, live the SmackDown.
What do you want to talk about?
That's good.
So what do you want to talk
That's
about?
your guy.
Hey.
Hey, listen.
Oh.
Listen.
You talk about we say what do you want to talk about? They say Cody Reeves might be hurt up a little bit from that splash.
Of course.
Man.
Of course.
So,
but before we get there,
all right,
I want to talk about CM Punk comes home. CM Punk comes home. He gets the loud ovation. Makes a heartwarming appearance with none other than Paul Heyman because CM Punk is a Paul Heyman guy. So he makes that warm appearance with Paul Heyman. They project a match at the end of the night, and boom, Drew McIntyre shows up like we all thought he would. Fellas, what's your takeaway on the introduction of SmackDown this past?
Go ahead, Crump. Talk to him.
Oh, boy, hype. Chicago always going to be a lively crowd, especially if they know CM Punk going to be there. So I was hyping itself, but when Paul Heyman came out there, I was like, why? But I'm excited to see what they're going to do because the dynamic between them is always great. It's always going to be good. Whatever they talk about, they can talk about anything. It's going to be intriguing, And for Paul Heyman to actually come out his mouth and say, "Hey," and warn, he's trying to warn everybody. People he don't even like Kevin Owens. He did Kevin Owens. But this person, he got a lot of love for. He said, "Punk sat by my kids at the Hall of Fame." So this he got real love for. So he's doing it for people he hate and people he love. He's trying to warn everybody from the new Bloodline crew. But he actually said, "Take me with you" in front of Solo and the Tongans. Yeah. I was like, he actually said that out of his mouth. I don't think he gonna survive tonight if he can tell he's saying that. Because with this, and then you got Solo coming out there. These two dangerous groups in WWE right now, the Wyatt Six and the Bloodline. Mm-hmm. Like, It ain't safe on Raw or SmackDown for these crazy groups right now. But like I said, the dynamic, and for the Cody to come out there out of nowhere, they ain't had to play his music or nothing. He just came out there with two bats. I'm ready. Like y'all came out to me on the show on the PLE. Hey, I ain't let y'all jump nobody. I'm here right here. Mm-hmm. So, and like I said, we like to see that gritty Cody. We like to see that. Like he ready for anything. He's world champion. He ain't letting nothing slide. Right. And that's stuff I like to see right there from Cody. Because like I said, I don't want people saying he's too much babyface, he's too soft, he cry all the time, this and that. He always talk about his daddy. This man is ready to fight, ready to defend his title, ready to defend people he fought the battles with. Especially with the bloodline, because he already fought Roman. He said, I already took down one head of the table. I'll take down another. So, definitely a hot start to Raw, SmackDown. It was hot to Raw, but it was the hot start.
So, I think we mentioned it last week. CM Punk went all the way to Scotland. Cost Drew McIntyre world title. Drew comes on the Raw. Screw this company, I quit. Ain't no way. I mean, he played it up too. He deactivated his social media. Everybody was talking about that. People. It's amazing me how people just watch people's social media. They just watch it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then next thing I know, now I will admit I had a feeling he was going to get him. It makes sense. He's in Chicago. Depending on what the announcement was going to be, but I did not expect it to be the way it did. I believe Kayla was interviewing. Who was she interviewing?
Grayson Waller and DIY.
Yeah. So, and then next thing you know, you hear this boom, boom, boom on the door, and then you see CM Punk laying there. As soon as I saw that, I knew what was up. Like they didn't even have to go all the way up. I already knew it was Drew McIntyre, and he was standing on him like the Terminator, bro.
Man, that scene.
Hey,
that scene.
Hey,
right
bro.
there.
Hey, no ounce of body fat. Just standing there. Hey, pick them up, bro. Bust his face up. Pick them up. Carried them to his hometown. And this is your hero, and just dropped them off. He
and
he had to say that.
Yeah, and he did a little entrance. He did a little entrance too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and he pushed Nick Aldis. What's gonna come of that?
Hey.
Nothing.
Oh, hey, bro.
He gonna get fined or something.
Man, he probably gonna.
But I would like to see a match. I think Nick Aldis still could go.
He can.
I think he can go, but he don't want no parts of Drew right now.
I mean, maybe not, but I want to see where it goes. I mean, they still got to, because you can't put their hands on the general manager like that. Not nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
he get fined.
You know what's crazy about that whole thing, though? Those are two Raw wrestlers.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Where you go? I show. It goes on.
Right.
Hey, Adam. Hey, you better get your boys, man.
Get your boys.
This is your mess. What is doing over here? You know what I'm saying? So
I might find you too.
Hey, look. Hey, McWood say switch shoulders, but since the Wyatts came, he probably won't do that. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't want to do that.
But also to get back to the other part of that with Cody, the gritty Cody. And yeah, I know people on the internet and some groups I'm in, they're saying that Cody's too nice, he cries all the time. Also, you said something about bringing up his dad. I feel more people bring up his daddy than he does. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
He's trying to get.
They want.
Go ahead.
They want to get that rise out of him.
Yeah, he's trying to not get away from that, but yes, he's a rose. He knows that. There ain't no stopping that. But I think he the one barely brings it up. I think every time he cuts promos, he don't talk about that. But when he says his opponent, always talks about it because there's always some history with him and his opponent with his dad. Roman himself, AJ, go down the list, man. So it's just so much stuff. But to your point, I like the gritty Cody. That's the Cody we need to see more often. He can still tag hand, he can still see the kids, but that gritty Cody, oh yeah, he got it in him, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, that started the SmackDown. They probably had a hangover from the Monday Night Raw that led in all this at SmackDown because it was electric. It was straight up electric. And for Solo and the crew to come out, Paul Heyman says what he says, and I want to jump right into it, man. I can't hold it no longer, bro. So Solo says what he says. Paul Heyman says what he says. Solo says that Roman Reigns is not coming back. Tells Paul Heyman that. Paul has the saddest look on his face.
Boy,
at the end of the night, we get a brand new member. What you guys think?
he was looking like it ain't no light at the end of the tunnel. He was looking forward to Roman coming back. Like that's my saving grace, my knight in shining armor. And you say he ain't coming, boy. That's distraught on another level. I don't know if you saw his face when they were at the end of the show either. He was walking back. Well, he going through it. He going through it.
Distraught.
I would say so. Again, going back to social media, there was a rumbling in the wrestling community that Roman Reigns unfollowed Solo on X.
Yeah,
people now. I don't know how they.
I thought Instagram. It don't matter.
I don't know how they be finding this stuff out. I ain't gonna lie. Like I don't know how you find out somebody unfollow somebody out of the millions of people that they got following them and all these different things, right? And so
people be watching.
Yeah, and, you know, Paul Heyman is playing this thing, but I'm still thinking, man. Paul Heyman is playing this thing so well, but part of me is still thinking, man, he got to be something. He got to be pulling some. What if he's pulling the strings? What if he's like the assistant to the final boss? I still think The Rock is pulling it ultimately, but what if Paul Heyman's being brought out by The Rock? Think about it. Think about it. Back in 2002 Survivor Series, Brock Lesnar's first loss in the main roster to the Big Show. Listen, Brock Lesnar was champion, undefeated, dominant. There was no reason for Paul Heyman to turn his back on Brock Lesnar. It was no reason.
Yeah.
But the only thing I could think of, this goes back to my point of Paul Heyman staying the heel, Brock Lesnar was starting to turn into a face organically. He had just had the brawl with the Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell, the first one. And then Big Show takes out the Undertaker. Then he goes after Brock. He beats Brock down, you know the ribs and all that stuff. He had broken ribs apparently for real. And he L5s him with broken ribs. So the only thing I can think of is Paul Heyman not being a face. So if that's the case, I never seen Paul Heyman. I don't remember him ever being a face. Somebody tell me. Tell me in the comments, y'all. Somebody tell me something. Paul, look, Paul eat the dangerous alliance. The Paul eat dangerously. ECW, WWE. I don't remember him ever being a face.
Now that you put it that way, I don't remember either.
The dangerous alliance.
I mean, the closest thing. He's been a tweener, but because people still always love Paul Heyman, but as far as the character, it's still a heel character. But people just love Paul Heyman. That's just because of what he's done. But I think you're right. He got something got to be going on. He playing this too good though. The way he's playing it.
He's playing it real good.
Yeah. That's why I gotta see where he takes it because tell him. I feel like of course we think Roman is gonna come back, but ain't no telling when and how long Paul Heyman got to deal with this. Because he asking for help outside the bloodline. He going for pump as a pump. Shoot, next week I don't know. He might ask Michael Cole or somebody. Somebody help. Give me some relief. And now the boy, the beast here, Jacob. Man. Boy, that's more pressure.
Hold on.
That's a beast.
Before we get to that, can we talk about Solo's acting ability?
Oh yeah. Oh, he was in that corner.
Listen, say what you want, man. People listen. Say what you want. That boy played everybody.
Mm-hmm. He sure did. No,
I never thought to see Solo do something. I'm like, what is this? This ain't Solo character. And he dropped that thing and smiled. Now, the big old Jacob comes out of nowhere. Not to mention everybody. Let's not forget. Jacob beat up 3 people by himself.
Say that again for the people in the back.
He beat up 3 people by himself.
Not just 3 people, 3 world champions.
By himself. Say it again.
Hey, we might not see. Hey, we might not see Orton for a while.
He just
Orton.
He beat up 3 people by himself, single-handedly.
Listen, and you know what's crazy about that? When Cody issued the challenge to Solo early in the night, Cody said, I'll leave Orton and KO in the back. You leave your boys in the back. We'll go at it, right? We'll end it tonight. They go to the back. You know, I like catching these little moments, y'all. He goes to the back. Randy like, you sure about this, man? You know they're going to come out there. Everybody know that. My 1-year-old daughter know that. You know what I'm saying? But what Cody says, I have a plan. Well, we never saw that plan come to fruition, so somebody tell me what the plan was.
I guess he was banking on CM Punk.
Drew messed that up.
Listen. I was sitting next to my wife. Because she likes the Bloodline. That's her group. She likes the Bloodline. And I said, when Solo made that laugh, I said, and I heard the crowd. I said, it got to be Jacob. It got to be Jacob. Man, he beat them boys so bad, even the Tonga twins ain't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. Did you see they look? You saw them look at the end. They like, wait, Jacob's here? Oh, it's about to get crazy.
Let's go a little deeper in that. So Jacob is the Tonka kid's son, who is Rikishi's brother, I believe, along with Umaga. Right? And if I'm not mistaken, RC Zilla is Omaga's son, right?
Yeah, Umaga, yeah.
Okay. So Haku and Tonka Kid was the Islanders back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So now you got another generation and another team, quote unquote, today. Being led. So now, being led by 2, we know Solo is a split image of Rikishi. I don't know if it's the blonde hair or what, but split image, right?
That's what it is. That's the blonde hair.
So you got all that being recreated right now. Now, historically, you got them feuding against another generation of superstars. Randy Orton, Randy Orton and Cody, that is. What are you trying to create right now? This family, hey, look, Bubba Ray said it right. When he was punching Jimmy Uso in the head about 10 years ago, he said, this is for your 97 cousins. Listen, that I love seeing the historical things. I love to see the generations come together and create something like this. Because this right here, a lot of people were saying, I think I heard on Not Sound Wrestling, he said he felt personally that the Bloodline was all right, but it needed something else. Mm-hmm. They had a good little, because Solo's new to Solo talking a lot. This is new to him, right, on TV here. But now that Jacob's here, who's the true enforcer, hello, somebody.
Yeah.
Now we can get something. Again, like we said about Monday, we got to explain this. He just dubbed, what was it? He just made Tonga the right-hand man?
Right.
Yeah. That's why I might be checking quick.
Like this, bro.
Hey, if the right-hand man don't know what's going on.
Hey, listen, neither one of them knew what was going on. But if I may, I want to take it a step further, man. Like, this is a crazy thought, man. But at some point, I can see the Bloodline having every title on that show, like within the group, bro.
Man,
yeah. I hate to see Cody reign in quick, but Lord, how you going against this?
If you got Jacob running out there, your reign over.
Samoan werewolf, Bo.
Hey.
That's a werewolf for real. It looks like he done leaned out too, boy. He got more in shape.
Yeah.
I was watching. I seen some matches from the Indies and MLW. He done slimmed up big. So he was moving good then.
That Joker came out there. I mean, he was ready, man.
Yeah,
He was ready.
Hey,
he was moving good when he was bigger, but now he slimmed down. Ain't no telling what he gonna do because this man jumps off top of the ropes. He jumps out the ring. He does everything. This man can do anything in that ring.
The Samoan drop on the steel steps, and he's sprinting around and speared on Randy Orton through the barricade.
listen,
Boy,
listen.
this man was all over that ring, all over Cody, and KO and Randy. He was all over him. And you see Solo just in the corner clapping. That's there we go. That's all. I ain't got to do nothing. I can just sit here and watch.
Yep.
Listen.
So he ate every moment of it.
I heard Zilla
So
post on social media. See you soon.
Ooh.
Zilla Fatu.
Zilla Fatu.
He's down there in Rihanna and wrestling with Booker T right now. Well, he might be on indie work too, I'm sure, but I don't know.
This bloodline deep.
Bruh, I mean, you remember that?
And I know y'all seen, and Jay Uso posted it. He did a little eyes thing, and he put a picture of Jacob Fatu on his story on Instagram. So he got his eyes on it too.
Bruh.
So it's building, but it's building.
Bruh.
It's building.
All I gotta say is this, because I was holding this in for a while, so bear with me, y'all. But this is all, bear with me. I've been wanting to talk about this since Friday. I've been blowing my bro. They get a text. I've been texting them all night. Hey, y'all see this? Somebody talk to me. But hey, I just RC all the belts and do they need it?
Not necessarily, but at least, like I said, at least those tag titles are coming first. I feel like for them. But I mean, that U.S. title, I know they got Logan Paul and LA Knight going back and forth about what they're gonna do with that, but they're gonna have to come off that. I don't know, something. I just don't see Cody Reigns ending this quick or this early, but I don't know. That's some werewolf, bro.
I mean,
it's hard to say he ain't going for you, or because you're already in a storyline with him. You're already going back and forth with him. Unless you're gonna take some time off because they say he might have some hurt ribs. Like, why wouldn't they go for the world title right now? Mm-hmm. All they could do is they could save it, try to save it as long as they can with a tag match at a PLE. But beyond that, come on, man. They right there. They already together. I see if they didn't touch or talk about each other or interact, but as soon as Solo came out after Clash, it's right there. Yep. Y'all got to do something.
Yeah.
You defending champion. You Cody Rhodes. You defending champion. Yep. You say you're not like Roman, not like the Bloodline. So they right there for you. They knocking at your door.
Listen, y'all. This is putting, man. You talking about the writing on the wall, man. You gave me an idea just now. This is just proving my point personally. How I feel like the final boss is controlling this. He said, "When I come back, I'm coming back for you, Cody." Mm-hmm. He wants a title. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
He said, "But you are over. Your story with Roman is over, but yours and mine just beginning."
Right.
Right. But are they softening him up, or are they going for the title?
But that's to be seen, I guess. That's to be seen.
Yeah, that's to be seen. But if you say Rock is behind this, if you think Rock is behind this, he wants the title, and he said he's going for Cody. I mean, Rock, you better hurry to come back. That movie, you better put the movies off and hurry to come back because them Tongans and Sokoa and Fatu, they right after they on Cody neck, on his ribs. Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to say, they right there.
Listen,
KO and RKO, they ain't having his back too much right now. They getting beat up too.
KO can't get away from him. KO can't get away from him. He been fighting the Bloodline since they first started. Listen,
2020.
He can't get away from him. If I'm not mistaken, he's fought Roman.
No, really 2018. Well, that's before Roman got, But anyway, go ahead.
2020, right? Because he fought him at a couple of Rumbles and a couple other shows.
Yeah, that's when the Tribal Chief and the Bloodline stuff really started. But KO was fighting Roman for a good minute, for a lot of them Rumbles, especially Rumbles.
Yeah, they fought 3 times at the Rumble. 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times. Ironically for the same title, but that's to be here and there. But KO can't get away from it. Now he's limping. Cody got hurt ribs. He don't tell him what's going on with Orton. Somebody, hey, they need to get some allies, and that's the thing about it. I feel like they not comparison in terms of what taking over something, but I feel like they get the vibe of the NWO. They just taking over, and nobody's really doing anything to stop them. People trying, but they ain't doing it.
Yeah. It's tough, man.
That man be three people up by himself. Goodness gracious, I tell you. Wow.
Speaking of an ally, your boy Jimmy could come back and even the odds.
But even with who?
I mean, it's not. He can even the numbers. I can't say he's gonna, be able to match the old Wolf out there, but he'll be able to even the fight. I see him coming back because he got beat down by Solo.
Yeah.
Who helps him though? They don't like him either.
Yeah.
Who helps him?
Who helps him?
Jimmy.
At this point, it don't matter. At this point, none of that matters.
Yeah, they can help whoever they can.
They just like Paul Heyman. At this point, they get help wherever they can. It don't even matter. I see Jimmy can come back and even the odds because right now all you got is Kevin Owens, you got Randy Orton, and you got Cody. Those three alone, they need some extra help.
Listen, go get 3 other people with them because, like I said, that man beat down all 3 of them by himself. Jimmy come back. That'll be interesting. You know what? You make a good point though, Sean. If he comes back, obviously he's gonna come back and go after them. But again, they're gonna beat him down. You talk about getting tag team titles now. It begs the question: does that end main event Usos single run? Does he come back and join his brother?
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. But
or do they just, like we all was saying on the table here? Does that lead to the Civil War and War Games?
Well, that definitely got to happen.
Yeah. And does that end it? I don't think it does. I think WrestleMania might end it, but The Rock said, I don't know if y'all caught this. The Rock said on one of the ESPN shows in the last week or so, he said they're at the 1 yard line of creating the biggest match of WrestleMania of all time next year. Whatever that means. He left it at that. At the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
That sounds like to me, Roman and Rock.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. It got to be.
It sounds like.
And where does Roman face? They got to face Solo or Jacob, one of the two. At least Roman does.
Roman probably got to fight Solo, I would think.
It looked like he would fight Solo. And Jacob and all them boys, Tonga and them, they're going to just be beating up on Roman to the match, probably.
But, Russ, this is a good discussion tonight, but I'm hyped, bro.
I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped, too.
I'm hyped, man.
I'm hyped, too. Man, what do you guys see happening next with the Bloodline? Let's say SmackDown is we're at SmackDown. What happens?
Go ahead, Crump. Kick it off.
I just said they putting a mission statement out. Cody, we taking you out first. Because like I said, they want to get him softened up because we got him in check and he don't even know it yet. That's Solo said.
Solo keeps saying that.
Like, we got you in our back pocket. You see what we got now. So where you at? And then, like I said, I feel like they going straight for some titles. Like I said, most often tag team titles. But like everybody else is on notice. Because who they keep saying these are thugs, these are uncontrollable. That's why we didn't hire them before. Who gonna control them? They gonna run through somebody. Or the whole roster, really, whoever they want to. Storyline or not, whatever you got going on, did the Bloodline say it was okay? That's what I see. Because like I said, we the main event. Y'all acting like y'all want Roman back. He ain't coming back. Y'all can stop it now. Go ahead and stop it now. Stop them chants now. because
Man,
you see what we got on our side.
You see, he pulled water on that fire. He ain't
Yeah.
coming back.
Listen,
And like I said, I'm put another one of my predictions out there already. Go ahead and put it out there. They got somebody else showing up.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember his name. With the 7-foot guy, he from New Japan. They are trying to get a name, trademark for him, everything. So
He's a Samoan?
yeah.
Dang.
And he made an appearance in WWE before, but he's been in New Japan.
So then, all strong factions at one point, all of them had the title. So it's leading that way. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the question. Is it if another person does come out with the guy I'm talking about? Is that too many people? Is that too many, or is it good enough where it is now? What do y'all think?
well, they had 5 before.
Mm-hmm.
With Paul Heyman on, so 6, because they had Roman, they had Usos, they had Solo, then they had Sami for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying? So that ran on for at least a couple of months or so, about 5 months or so? Or something like that?
It could work.
So this time be straight. I think I would say no more than 5 people though.
Okay,
I would say no more than 5 people. But what I think will happen next with them, obviously, because Jacob, I heard good things about his promo abilities. I saw some videos of him wrestling, but I heard great things about his promo abilities. So first and foremost, just like the YS6, we need to explain what happened. We need to see what's going on here. Who is this? And we also need to see a retaliation attempt. I'm gonna say attempt from Orton, KO, and Cody, because Money in the Bank is only less than 2 weeks away.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, they usually have a big title match there. So the only one I see that makes sense would be Cody and Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after they establish what's happened, what's going to happen, what we're here to do, who I am, from Jacob, and then what they're going to do moving forward, and then, of course, sprinkle Paul Heyman in there doing his thing, to do his best storytelling that's only he know how to do. You know what I'm saying? So well, so eloquently. I would say now you set Roman to come back up. Whether it's at Money in the Bank or the Smackdown after. Because my mind, I see Roman and Solo at SummerSlam. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would make sense to me, because now that gives you another 2 months to build to the potential of the War Games match. You got enough more time to kind of try to play around with that and get some more elements added to that story.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see if Paul Heyman really is going to turn on on Roman Reigns and things of that nature. There's so much there. So we need an explanation from both groups. Somebody need to say something.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and go from there. That's the only way you can move forward right now. Like, I think Cody Solo is set for Money in the Bank. That's my prediction. Or if they don't do that, do a 6-man tag with Cody, Orton, and KO against, pick 3 of them. I don't know. Whether it be, or maybe it just be Jacob and the twins, the Tongas, and have Solo on the outside kind of managing it,
Mm-hmm.
or something along those lines. That's the only 2 matches I see for Money in the Bank, but between that particular rivalry right now.
Or Jacob is just the enforcer on the outside.
Yeah, either one of them get in there. Because you don't really have to defend the WWE Championship at Money in the Bank. You don't have to, because you already got a championship match with Damian Priest and Steph.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 2 Money in the Bank matches going. Hopefully, they get some good enough time, and then hopefully they have a U.S. title match with LA Knight and Logan.
I'm thinking they pushing that to SummerSlam too, if they can stretch it.
Yeah, because if one of them, because I think both of them are in the Money in the Bank qualifier, but I think Santos might actually get that. They kind of played Santos Escobar on SmackDown, but I think he might actually get the win out of that triple threat.
I
feel like Logan doesn't. He wants it, but he'll knock LA Knight out of it just to get on his nerves or whatever, and let Santos get that W.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, I think they're gonna stretch that because LA Knight, Logan Paul's in, he's from Cleveland too, SummerSlam. So they can really, really push that right there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'll be a perfect thing. But we'll see how they stretch that out.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. There's a lot to unpack on that. And as you would say, Lonnie, it's a lot of meat on
Come
that
on,
bone, man. Listen.
Rotisserie chicken, legs, thighs, whatever you want. Hey.
Man, the bloodline is positioning themselves to take over. But I want to talk about right now. Was there some type of animosity, or was there some type of issues between Jade and Bianca backstage, and where did it go from? We just saw Bianca lose in the qualifying match. Jade has her qualifying match coming up. So what's going on with Jade and Bianca?
I personally think, Bianca, she let her know, yes, we can go get our tag team titles back, but I need to take care of me first. Essentially, that's what she said. I need to focus on my match, and you got yours next week. So I think she was trying to encourage her, yes, we can get our rematch because we didn't lose, but also let's not forget about our personal goals. And the way Jade kind of, this is the best way I could put it. You remember how Finn was like, when Damien won the title, Finn was like, I want to go talk to Pierce to get our tag team rematch. Pierce was like, and Damien Pierce was like, this is worry about some other business right now, and I'm worried about Jey Uso. You know what I'm saying? I think Bianca's in a place now at that time where she won her title match, and she kind of like, I don't know how interested she was with going back for the tag team titles with Jade. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the vibe I got from it. Like she want to go after, she want to go back for a single championship now.
Yeah, but she don't have to be in that division right now though. But I mean, of course, you always gonna want that because you know what that spot feels like, and you always want that feeling. But and it'll be interesting if Jade gets in and Bianca does it. Well, we already know Bianca does it because Tessa Green stole her win from her on SmackDown. But it'll be interesting if Jade does get in there in that match and do a few spots. A lot of people gonna say, "Oh, I don't trust her in that match, especially in the ladder match. More dangerous than a regular match. She's been messing up certain spots in the tag matches already, so we don't want her in there." But all she gotta do is do her spots. Remember her spots in that match. It's 6 people in the match. All she gotta do is get in a position where she needs to be, and people gonna take care of her. So I think Jay does win, and Bianca just sitting on the sideline like, okay, well, all right. I've been here longer. I should have been in there too, but that's why I think it's gonna happen. I hate that it's happening like that so fast. Like I said, I wanted this to build it up to the WrestleMania 41, but I think they might be doing a slow burn. It might last long. It might go past SummerSlam till they have a match. But they're doing a slow burn right now. But I think Jade does win her qualifying match.
It's interesting to say that because I think Tiffany Stratton gonna win, honestly.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
Oh, she's in the qualifying match. I didn't know who was all in the qualifying match with her.
Jade. I think Candice LeRae, I want to say maybe, and Tiffany Stratton.
Maybe
it's Candice LeRae. Yeah, she's on SmackDown because Johnny's on SmackDown. Yeah, Candice LeRae, Jade, and Tiffany Stratton, and I think Tiffany's going to get it. And I think they're going to kind of maybe take Jade through like a frustration period, storyline wise. And I get what you're saying, RC, about wanting to see Bianca and Jade on paper at WrestleMania. Yes, that makes money. But I also thinking about but Bianca has options too. Like she can either get with Rhea or Charlotte when she comes back at WrestleMania too. So I don't know how long they want to go with that. I don't think they should rush Jade and Bianca, like you said. Maybe WrestleMania is too soon for it. Maybe. This is my opinion. And maybe go with it depending on the direction they want to go, or maybe they go with Jade and Charlotte or something. So much can happen in there. Jade's going to improve. We know that she's a dedicated worker. I don't know her personally, but I know she's a dedicated worker. You know what I'm saying? So I think when she gets to that point, I think she'll be ready for it. I know people talking about this, that, and the other mistakes, but man, Clem, think about it, man. Everybody had those kind of early beginnings, man. Nobody started, like where they are now. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody had to learn somebody. Undertakers, the Stone Colds, the Rocks. Everybody had to. And John Cena almost got fired.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, y'all. And then he became the
Yeah.
biggest star in the industry. Come on, you know. I don't
Yeah.
worry about all that other stuff, man. I'm just glad she didn't get hurt because that rope was just loose, I think. You know.
Yeah.
So remember, she's been in AEW for a few years, and she didn't get that type of training.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a different vibe when you're in the E. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's not knocking AEW because if she would have went to TNA, a different vibe as well. You see, I learn how to work.
Yeah.
New Japan, but they'll slap you up and down over there. They'll teach you in the ring. They'll knock the mess out you, man.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, I just think that they're gonna build her up to be like, you know, and this is why I believe Jade should be the heel. They'd be like, you know, I'm trying to get the title, but I feel like you ain't feeling this no more. Did I do something? I'm sorry we lost, but I made a mistake, you know, kind of build that way, and then she get tired of it. You know, not in a Mickey James Trish Stratus kind of way, but like, you know what I'm saying? But like this is like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna show you. And then boom, you probably get that. I don't know. But you know, just ideas that they potentially can do. But yeah, it's a lot to say there. And the good thing is you have options. And that's always a great thing.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just glad she did, like you said, she didn't get hurt and she's not letting it affect her mentally. You know what I'm saying? And Bianca's helping her on that. That's why, like you said, last show, they show her Bianca keeping her head up, keeping Jade's head up, saying don't let it get to you. Like we gonna get it. We bounce back. Let's do this qualifying match, and we will get back to that. So I'm glad she's continuing to move forward and, you know, just continue to get better. But I don't know. I'm not trying to ask. Did the new women's tag team champions get showcased this week? I might have missed it. I don't know. I don't remember them getting showcased as much that they were. They probably showed that they won the titles, but I don't know. Maybe it was a backstage something. But I didn't really see anything as much as
they were
showcase them as champions.
Well, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why you didn't remember it. Because all the overshadowing that happened this past week. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
No, but they were backstage and they had a segment with Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler on Raw.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They had a little segment backstage, which probably the next contenders because they, you know, Shayna was talking about how she made Jade tap and all those types of things. But the referee didn't see it, so they reserved a rematch, that type of thing, you know, that whole vibe. So they were there, but like you said, I mean, the main event ended and there was 7 minutes left in the show. So there's a bunch of overshadowing stuff going on that, you know, so a lot of things probably move with the beats, as Stone Cold would say, you know, moving through the beats, you know what I'm saying? So, but I have a question. I gotta ask my homie here, because this is up his alley. Sean, what do you think about Bianca and Jade right now?
All right, man. I see, man. If Jade was to win the qualifying match, man, I see her cashing in on Bianca later down the road. That's what I see. But I also see, man, like I agree more to what you're saying, man, where she's gonna go through the frustration time, you know, building up that piece to her story, and eventually coming to the point where she's like, "Hey, I'm better than Bianca," and she's gonna put it out like that, and she's gonna, you know, who knows? They had that face-to-face confrontation. She'll probably be like, "Hey, I'm better than you anyway," and more around the lanes of I kind of made you relevant and stuff like that, and you know, but I see them eventually having that face-to-face. Now I don't see it happening as soon. Like WrestleMania, I kind of see like a slow build up to
it. Got it.
Yeah, and I think that's what's best, the slow build. Because, like I said, let Jay continue to learn and get these reps in. That's all she needs. Because the star power is off the charts, and that's what I mean. She's been as advertised, and she's been a big deal so far. And Bianca's helping on the way, but you know she's been a big deal and making an impact.
Right. I don't see them going back to tag team because, like you said on the last show, I mean, why do they lose if they just gonna go back? Yeah. But more to find out on that interesting storyline. Crump, what's your predictions, man?
Well, I feel like I've been making them all show, really. But I'll do a couple more. I feel like I'm trying to think about every facet of what WWE is showing off, because it must have been WWE show today. So I'm trying to think about everything that's been shown off and what we didn't talk about. And I feel like a lot of people ain't paying attention to the LA Knight and Logan Paul storyline. This man, LA Knight, went to this man's house. Right. He wasn't even there.
He seemed to do that. He seems to do that. He goes to people's house.
Yeah,
he like going to people's houses, man.
So, but I still see Logan, especially if they stretch it till SummerSlam. I still see LA Knight, Logan Paul beating LA Knight, and him continue to hold that championship. Because, like I did before, I didn't like some things Logan Paul he did recently. I was talking about it before. Like if people didn't talk about the stuff he did off WWE, then he'll be in the good graces of most people watching WWE. But a lot of pictures he done taken, I ain't gonna mention them. Pictures he done taken recently, I don't agree with him. But I agree with his skill in the ring and his skill as being a superstar. And a lot of people love LA Knight and whatnot. It'd be nice for him to get something. Just like I feel like Jey Uso should get something. Like these, it's so many stars that you feel like should have something right now, but everybody can't win everything all the time. And people in place right now, they are there for a reason, and they doing a good job where they are. But where the storyline's going, I think Logan Paul might pull it out again. He because he didn't even need the Nuts to knock out LA Knight out on SmackDown. He didn't even need the Nuts, so you can put him Nuts out again and beat him. And I feel like, I predict you here, they're gonna have two matches. I feel like they're gonna have one in Money in the Bank. He's gonna use the Nuts and get caught or whatever and get disqualified. And at SummerSlam, he ain't gonna have him. So that's how he gonna do it. I feel like Logan Paul gonna win the first match, and LA Knight gonna win the bigger match. That's gonna be at SummerSlam. So that's my thoughts on that one. Like I was saying before, I think the Bloodline championships are coming soon, and with that, also is coming soon with them. I think tension is coming soon already with them because you see Solo hug Jacob. Did Jacob hold him back? No.
He just held his hand out. Yeah.
He's up there like, all right, I'm gonna give you a few seconds, bro. He was getting antsy a little bit. He wasn't saying like he gonna do something right then, but he antsy, like he's still in beast mode. He was going raw, and then you see the tongue is dead. Like you were saying earlier in the show. We don't know if they knew about this or they cool with this, but they gonna stand behind it because they just saw what Jacob did just now, and we don't want none of that. We supposed to be family, but seems like he in beast mode that anybody can get it at this moment. Like you see the red in his head, he's seeing red.
Like the Winter Soldier.
Right. So I feel like it might be some tension of who really in charge of this. Because people was thinking about that even before Jacob debut, is Jacob going to overshadow Solo? Solo clapping and got a smile on his face right now and hugging him. But usually you know what that hug usually means when they do it in that group. It don't really just mean that much a good thing. So tension might come quicker than we think with that. Quicker than Roman coming back. I don't know. You never know, but they might need him for Roman. But so those couple big things right there, and I want to do one for the women because they need that shine. Of course, I feel like on Raw Liv, she ain't gonna defend it. I don't know if she's gonna even defend that title until Rhea comes back, unless she fights Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega, the only one been kind of beefing with her in the women's division because the only other thing Liv been doing is the thing with Dom and Judgment Day. Mm-hmm. But Zelina Vega is tired of her costing her the match. She did a promo after, the exclusive promo online, saying, "Did you see that? She cost me a match. I don't get a lot of these opportunities. So when they come around, I want to capitalize. I want to show off." She said, "I should have been in that Money in the Bank match because last year I showed off. I was one of the biggest talks of that match. Mm-hmm. So that has to be the match for Liv. But we know Zelina might not win that match." But Liv needs somebody to fight for that title. A lot of people was mad at Rhea because she was too focused with Judgment Day. Not Liv focused with Judgment Day and not defending her title as much. But that's the only person I can see her that's going after her unless they have a multi-woman match. But they already doing that with the Money in the Bank, so they can't. I feel like that's too much. Multi-women and multi-person match, and so it's got to be Liv and Zelina. Because I think Zelina, she's a great talker. I feel like she still should be a manager for Andrade. I think that
Go back to that.
because
Go back to that.
yeah, I think she's good as a wrestler, but I think Andrade needs it. He's actually qualified, so I was happy he getting some. He also got the Speed Championship. I still don't like that title. I don't know. That's just a corny title to have. I don't to me, but this is going to be another something to shine for her right now, and then she can get a moment like she had in Puerto Rico for when she fought Rhea, but it's still going to be a showcase for her, and hopefully she maximizes her minutes in that match, and she gonna fight Liv for the world championship.
Yeah, I remember that promo she had, and yeah, I think she's gonna be, get the title shot, probably Money in the Bank, or either the week of Money in the Bank for the Raw match. But you know, one of the things I want to, if I may add this, RC, to your predictions, after everything that's happened this past week, you know, one of the things I learned in booking is that you don't want to do too much so early at one time. So the question remains: when does Dom cave? Because you can't do it this week because you had the Wyatts and you had the debut of Jacob. Too much going. That's enough to carry you probably to Money in the Bank and after. So when does he cave in? You know, we've seen the Finn Balor's take the key card and be like, it's gone. Of course it's gone, Finn Balor. You're in a different city. You know what I'm saying? Now it's gone. Yeah, you probably went there. But you got all that going on right now. So it's like, when is he cave? You know, she's taking pictures on social media in his shirts.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, so much.
But that's a good thing, though. It's a lot. You don't want too much, but you do want something to continue to have a good pace for your show. And from lately, I've been hearing a lot of people say, it don't feel like 3 hours, especially on Raw. It don't feel like 3 hours no more. A lot of 3 hours just drag a lot of times. Like, damn, we got a whole another hour to go, 2 hours to go. But now it feels like, dang, 3 hours went quick. It's like because most times when you're at the show, it goes by so quick because you're there and you're just having fun and enjoying yourself. You feel like that at home,
right?
Because everything's paced well. You're interested in way more storylines than you were before. So we don't. Is it too much? I don't know. But it seems like they're doing a good job right now. But yeah, like you said, a lot of stuff that's going on. They should get them to at least the SummerSlam, even the SummerSlam. And because then right after that, they got Bash in Berlin, so they moving quick. Everything moving quick because a lot of people are back to back to back. So it'd be interesting to see how they, like I said, how they put everything together and time it out and like stretch it out.
Yeah. So much, man. So much. We have so much to talk about, So great predictions as usual, bro. Like we just got to stay tuned and watch Raw and see what happens.
Oh yeah.
Good predictions, man. I really hope that Liv defends it against old girl that you was talking about. That'd be a good match. Yeah, be a good match. But I think Dom is gonna. I think he's gonna fold in. He's gonna fold in his card soon. I think he's gonna fold it in. But we might find out that old Finn Balor.
He already folded. He done packed the bag. Folded it nicely, ironed it, everything. I think Finn did it right.
I'm talking about something. I'm trying to take care of everybody. Why you had to sneak it?
Finn Balor know what he doing.
Why you got to do that to cover?
Exactly. All right, he got to slide on or what, boy?
Yeah. Let me get that. Yeah. Come on, man.
He know exactly what he's doing.
And let's be real. She's a very pretty young lady. You know what I'm saying? So Dom's sitting there like, give me my shirt. She talking about come and get it. Boy, you better go ahead home.
Come and get it. Yeah.
All right.
You better go ahead on, man.
Come and get it. Yeah. Come and get it.
He stuck, man. He stuck, but I'm interested to see. I think he's going to cave. That's how I think going to happen. I think he's going to cave, and then and then from there, kind of build from there. So that's just my personal opinion, but we'll wait to see.
Absolutely, absolutely. We come to the point of the show, ladies and gentlemen, where we give out the champions moment. Who's that? Lonnie, you got the champion?
I got it, brother.
All right.
So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, as my brother so eloquently started the show with, I want to give a champion's moment to my two brothers here. And the reason for that, Sean Player, Ronald Crumpton, fellas, we've been kicking it for almost 30 years. And it's an extension of us as well, ladies and gentlemen. But we've been kicking it for almost 30 years, and we always bonded. One of the ways we bonded was through professional wrestling, whether it was playing the games, creating shows, just doing things together, cutting promos on each other, all these different cool things. But the moment I want to give is that something we all enjoy in this life. There's many pleasantries in life, but we're sitting here and we're talking about something we love and sharing it with the world. And we've been pretty consistent and dedicated because it comes natural to us. So I want to give a championship moment to the brotherhood here for just sticking with it, and thank y'all for being a part of my life, man. I give God glory for y'all because us together, it makes it just so easy. It makes it so easy. So I want to encourage you to take this momentum in your life now and go use it to something else and build on it. Because we're getting tools equipped here. We're getting, with the editings, with the commentary, with the interviewing, with the writing, we're showing that we can do cool and hard things. So stay in that vein, brothers, and I want to give you, because you're a champion, y'all champions to me. You always have been. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to run with that, and let's continue to build this thing, man, and show the people what's up. Put the glasses back on, man.
Love it.
Hey.
Love it, man. Hey. All y'all, both of y'all got a special place in my heart, man.
Yes, sir.
All love, man. It's all love, man. I'm just glad we are doing this because, like I say, it helps us be ourselves. It's just being ourselves out here. We're just talking about something we love and being creative, and like I said, showing passion. You know what I'm saying? That's what life is about. It's doing something you're passionate about. It's not work. It's something you enjoy. In your job, a lot of people do podcasts like this and stuff because they want to do it. I mean, for money or some exposure or whatever it is. We just want to get our opinions out there and show about something we love. Well, whatever comes with that, great. Positive thing that comes with that, great. But we're just showing our passion for this and want to interact not only with each other, we want to interact with the fan base, and interact with anybody who's watching, who's giving us a listen. We thank you for the people who are giving us a listen. We thank you. But it's something we love. We should have probably been doing this. But hey, better late than never. We're here. And if you want to continue to hear from us, we always going to be here because like this brotherhood ain't going to stop. This is for life. This is what we want to do. We want to be here, talk about something we love, and like I said, just bring joy, have joy coming from it. So thank you, brother, for the champions moment. Like I said, we're all champions. So that's why we call it the Champions Corner. Like I said, it doesn't have to be in the ring. It's about being a great person in life, showing love to your brothers, showing love to your family or who you got with you, and like getting together and making something positive out of that. That's what it's about. Make some positive out of what your circle and what you want to do in your passion. So thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Man, what a good show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a good show,
yes,
right?
Man, come on, man.
Really good stuff.
Hey, I'm still kind of buzzing. I can go another hour, but I ain't worried about that.
Me too, man.
I ain't worried about that.
Me too, man. Hey, me too, man. I'm interested to know what you guys are thinking. Drop down in the comment section. We want to know everything that you're thinking on the